Assalamu alaikum, dears, how are you? The life has become hectic. We remain too much busy in doing one thing or the other, trying to accumulate the needs of the life, trying to meet the different sort of challenges. All of that is fine. But while carrying on all that, we forget certain things which are highly important and without which we suffer later on, sometimes suffer a lot as well. So, for all that reason, it is not good at all to keep ourselves too busy in one thing or the other, in doing the mundane things. We need to take the time out for the purpose of taking care of ourselves, for the purpose of self care. Once we talk about the self care is not something which can be outsourced at all. Everybody have their own pressing problems and priorities. Nobody stays with us 24/7. So for all that reason, no matter how rich somebody is, we have to take care of ourselves. And that is something of basic and primary importance for the reason that we are our own most precious asset. Our bank account, our assets are not as important as we ourselves. Why? Because once we are no more, so what will be the benefit and the use of all those assets and the bank money? I think it is extremely important that we should learn to take care of ourselves and never ever putting it on the back burner at all, rather always keeping it as a number one priority. So many of the people, they are not very clear about, they do know a little bit about the self care, but they are not very clear about how much of the self care is needed. How can we take care of ourselves in a better way, so that every aspect of ourselves gets nourished, gets well. So let's begin our today's talk and topic are self care. And first of all, once we are talking about the self care, we need to take care of our body. And how can we take care of our body? There are certain things, and these certain things are only five in number. Each one of these is very, very important indeed. And let's begin. I think that we need to sleep. We need to sleep for 7 to 8 hours every night, preferably sleeping at the same time, waking up at the same time, and that is developing the sleep schedule. First of all, we need to sleep from 7 to 8 hours of every night. Then it is the healthy eating which comes next, the balanced diet, eating the veggies, the fresh veggies, and the lentils, and the meat, and the fresh fruit, and all of these things. So that is called healthy eating. Now, the thirdly, we need to keep ourselves hydrated from 8 to 10 glasses of water every day. That is everybody's need. Water is life. Water is very important. And then after all that, the fourth item, it is the exercise. We need to do the physical exercises. And the most common of all these exercises, it is the walking. From 30 to 40 minutes a day, we need to walk every day. Every 24 hours, we need to walk at least for 30 minutes, and it is better to develop a routine and going out on the walk at the same time, preferably. Then, lastly, the fifth and the last item is that we need to relax, and during the work hours, during the daytime, we need to keep having the breaks. Each break should be mean we need to have break. And as for the breaks are concerned, there is a Pomodoro technique which says that 25 minutes of focused work should be followed by 5 minutes of relaxation, preferably not on your own seat. And after doing it from 3 to 4 times, we need to have a break of 15 to 20 minutes after every 25 minutes of focused work. So that is, there are 5 items only. Once we are talking about our physical health care, physical self care, 7 to 8 hours of sleep on a daily basis, eating the balanced diet, and then exercises, hydrating ourselves from 8 to 10 glasses of water every day. We need to do the physical exercises and walking for 30 minutes, which is a good physical exercise. And then lastly, it is the relaxation. Then comes to the mental self care. How can you can take care of our mental, our psychological health? So there are 5 things. First of all, it is setting the boundaries. Setting boundaries, learning to say no. Every invitation and every request is not worth honoring at all. Learn to say no politely but firmly. We must have certain rules and regulations. We must draw certain lines. And with no matter with whom we are interacting, there are certain lines which needs to be drawn. So that is, learning to say no by setting boundaries. The second is practice gratitude. Practicing gratitude, an attitude of gratitude. There is an attitude of complaining, of criticizing. For most of the time, people do it to tell others that maybe I'm very intelligent, maybe I'm very sensible, but as a matter of fact, this constant complaining and criticizing, it has a lot of negative impact upon our own personality. So for all that reason, we need to find ways to be grateful. We need to develop an attitude of gratitude. Now the third thing, as for the mental self-care is concerned, it is learn to forgive. Learning to forgive, it is very important. Learning to forgive others, learning to forgive oneself. Why it is so important? I think it is so important because, unless and until we do forgive, there remains a lot of burden upon our mind. So we want, if at all, we want to relieve our burden, the burden from our mind. Then what is needed is that we need to forgive. Needing to forgive other people, as well as we need to forgive ourselves as well. So then, as for the mental self-care is concerned, I think that we need to engage in the hobbies. We need to have certain hobbies. It could be any type of the hobbies. Reading is a very good hobby. Solving puzzles is a very good hobby. But there are hundreds of hobbies. Every healthy hobby can be pursued, can be adopted. So we need to engage in the hobbies. And fifth and the last, it is seeking support from the friends or getting a therapy. Seeking support from the friends on the one hand, or seeking the therapy on the other hand. Let me repeat, how can we take care of our mental health? What is the mental self-care? It is setting the boundaries and learning to say no. It is practicing gratitude, focus and concentrate upon what we are having, and not dwelling upon what we are lacking. So that is how we can be a grateful person. It is practice gratitude. The third is learning to forgive others, learning to forgive yourself. And then the fourth is engaging in the hobbies, one type of it or the other type of it. The fifth and the last is seeking support from the friend or going for a therapy. So that is, firstly we talked about the physical self-care, then we spoke about the mental self-care, and now lastly we are going to talk about the emotional self-care. How can can take care of ourselves emotionally? There are 5 items. Number one, we need to do the meditation. Meditate daily, at least for 20 minutes in the morning, another 20 minutes in the evening. So that is a very good form of emotional self-care. Now, and there are certain other type of exercises, like it could be the deep breathing exercises, it could be progressive muscle relaxation. But the meditation or the mindfulness is a very common, is a very beneficial. And then thirdly, need to connect with the nature. Connecting with the nature by walking outside, and by walking in the park, we can connect with the nature. The fourth way to take care of to take the emotional self care, it is the creative expression, like art, any form of art, like music. And now it is the creative expression. The fifth and the last is laughing. Watch comedy, and read humor. Reading humor, watching comedy, it is something very good indeed. And now there are certain daily rituals. These two are only five in number. First of all, we need to do the morning stretching. We need to stretch and in the morning, in the evening, from 10 to 15 minutes every day. Secondly, we need to do the evening reflection. Morning stretching, evening reflection. Reflect on whatever you have been doing, for the whole of the day, whatever was done right, whatever was done wrong, what do I learn for the future, whatever was important, but I failed to do that. So it is the very important, it is the evening reflection. The third is gratitude journaling, mean writing. Keep writing whatever good you are having in your life, no matter how small it is. No matter how small it is, write it down. But writing does not mean we have to get it published. It does not mean that we have to protect it for the whole of the life, but we can destroy it instantly. Still, there will be lot of psychological benefits of this as for the gratitude journaling is concerned. Now, the fourth daily ritual should be bedtime routine, like reading, like relaxation. The fifth daily ritual should be digital detox. And what is this digital detox? We are working on we are working with so many of the modern gadgets, and most important of all these, it is our smartphone in the pocket. I think we need to detox ourselves on hourly basis, and some of the time on a daily basis, that no form of modern technology, and not particularly the smartphone, should be avoided during that time. If it is done, we can do it according to our own need, but it must be done. Today, as for the self-care topic is concerned, it is highly important. We spoke about how can I or you take care of our mental health, how can I you take care of our emotional health, how can I or you take care of our physical health, and what should be the daily routines. So it was, I think, it's an extremely important topic to be debated upon, to be discussed upon. So that is what we did in length, but at the same time, it was concise enough. It is really important indeed. That's all from me at the moment. Thank you very much.